It's June 17th, 2012, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hey, alright, welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 336 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am Foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Ham. Hello, Ham.
Hello.
We have Welshy with us. Hello, Welshy.
Hello.
GameKat's with us. Hello, GameKat.
Hello.
And Stryder. Hey, Stryder.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. So before we begin, let me remind you all that this show was recorded before a live audience, of which you may be a part. You can listen in and message about the topics as we discuss them, as people do so right now. And for the topics that we discuss, I'm hoping Welshy will post a relevant URL into the chat window in case you care to follow along. For the other links that are there, I wouldn't click on them because they could send you into a whirlwind of hurt. Finally, for those of you who haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult themes.
How much cold medication are you on?
Not enough, apparently.
Oh, definitely not enough. I am not doing well. As a matter of fact, right now I am starting to sweat again. So yes, I'm hovering between 101 and 102 on a temperature scale.
I know. He's got typhoid fever.
Typhoid fever. Yay. Okay, so it's going to... On that note, it's going to be a very exciting show. You just don't know what's going to happen at the next turn of the page. We still have a lot of
die of dysentery.
Right? I might. I don't expect to projectile vomit on this monitor, on this camera. So.
Well, no one expects to. That takes all the fun out of it. Now in 3D.
Yes, this would be the show to do in 3D.
That would be on YouTube in moments.
Hosted by Welshy.
Yep, by me. I'd be straight on there.
So yeah, we still have a lot of topics to cover from E3. E3 was a big show, a lot of things to talk about. Nothing of it was extraordinary, but a bunch of it was interesting. And some of it is not all from E3. As a matter of fact, we head up with some stuff that you can consider this kind of bit of... I don't know why the hell there's dog hair in my tea. Anyway, why there's yes, it's one of those days. You can consider this a little bit of a hardware with Skype. Skype's going to be really adult themes. I don't think anyone's really... Skype's going to be really dicking you here. If you don't pay for it, you're going to be getting ads delivered during your Skype conversation.
Yeah.
That's the Microsoft advantage.
Already happening.
It's already happening?
Yeah. I get ads in Skype, yes.
No, but do they speak to you? Or do they just pop up
No,
on
they don't speak to me, thankfully, yet.
Right. No, these are going to be audio inserts. Basically, they're saying that this is something for you to converse about while you're doing your normal conversation.
I can imagine how that conversation is going to go.
Are they going to wait for some dead air, just some, space there to interject this new topic of discussion, or are they just going to start talking over top of you?
Yeah.
Are they going to record what you say as a result and then send it back to
I wonder if it's like voice activated. So if
Right.
you say certain words.
Oh god.
Dickhead.
Skype. Skype, tell me about the Coke advertisement. Like, this is a great example of Microsoft buying a property and doing nothing. Ruining it. Doing nothing beneficial.
They're also going to try and target your demographic. In other words, they're looking at what you've entered into your profile and trying to determine what ads to feed you based on that.
That's nothing new.
No.
It's only going to be one-on-one audio calls, though, isn't it? For now.
Well, I don't know if it's one-on-one, but it's definitely if you don't subscribe, and definitely if it's audio only.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says one-on-one only at the moment.
Right, so during our show, it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't. It probably will.
I thought I saw a pre-roll ad on an audio call before, maybe last week, and I thought maybe it was just something I hadn't noticed before, but I see it's new.
Oh, apparently there's a little option to opt out of it. Go to Tools, Options, Privacy tab, and then click on Show Advanced. Deselect Allow Microsoft Targeted Ads.
Yes, that's just for the targeted ads. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
you
you'll
don't
still get
ads.
ads, I'm sure.
Oh.
They just
okay,
won't be anything you're interested in.
And now they're
No.
more annoying.
Yes. Yes, Welshy, now you'll be getting ones that are based on women's needs. And
Of course.
or was that already
I had a joke
happening? I
about
don't
that
know.
being something about my search history then, but it was just too disgusting to...
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Let's run over to Ubisoft has, well, we already did that. I don't know what images are going to show up in here and which aren't. Oh, that was the Ubisoft Wii lineup that we have. Discover the full launch. Yeah, Ubisoft is just doing their normal stuff. They have a whole bunch of stuff for Nintendo, and it's not looking very exciting, to tell you the truth. Unless you plan on getting that Wii U and handling all those control options. Remember, with the Wii U, you can control it and play it just from the handheld console or from the physical console that's under your TV. Which begs to the question, why bother even hooking it up to the TV?
Apparently, not all games even support that mode.
Right.
So
Well,
that's.
Did you realize that at first that they were only going to sell one Wii controller? That's all that would ever connect to the Wii system. But they heard a lot of complaints. I'm assuming that's why they decided, oh no, you know what? We'll allow two. We'll allow two of those controllers.
And I read that 2 controller support is actually coming after launch. It's not going to come
Yes.
before launch.
They're not ready for it. It was a last minute thing, and it's because that the public are out there crying, saying that, oh, why can't we have more controllers? But at the same time, people aren't realizing this controller isn't like the controller for games. It is a controller, and it's an expanded controller, so you can use the other controllers just as well. This expanded controller is so that you can be the DJ for Dance Revolution or whatever the hell it's called.
I just like that people will be going like, it'll be like the old days where you go around your friend's house and you have to bring your controller. Because
Yes.
Oh,
it only comes in one.
Oh my god, I
like
forgot
that,
about
and
that.
that's funny.
Okay.
Those are good times.
What are these pictures of? I do not know. Are these pictures of Dead Space or what?
Looks
I
like
guess that's
Painkiller almost.
Doesn't look like Dead Space.
No, see, I'm Painkiller. It could be Painkiller.
Painkiller topic.
Yeah, it looks like Hell and Damnation announced. Painkiller has announced that, Nordic Games has announced that there's going to be a new installment of Painkiller. I remember when Painkiller first came out, it was very exciting because it was the idea that it was just this. It was almost a straight up shooter, except for all this Hell and Demon kind of stuff coming at you. And it was moddable. I don't know if it's moddable anymore, but this thing is going to be coming out on the Unreal Engine 3, which I think the original one was more of an id-based engine. I thought we could use something like Radeon with it. I can't remember. But I do remember Red Rum being excited, so maybe it was Unreal. If any of you out there still remember Red Rum from some of our very early episodes. They are pushing this Painkiller, but as far as the game goes, I was never overly excited by it. It never really pulled me in and kept me going. I played a little bit of it, and then I lost interest.
I got it recently. I think Black Edition or something, whatever it's called, in a Steam sale, and it was fun. I played it for maybe half an hour. It was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't amazing, but it was fun.
The thing I have with Unreal, not the engine, because the engine, once you get down into it, is actually really great. But the actual Unreal game, it's just, I know, it's just so kind of the same after about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like shoot and jump. That's the only 2 buttons you need. And you just kind of, yeah, and it's unnecessarily fast, like not in a kind of Quake way that it's it's fast, it's well paced and everything. This is just kind of like, we'll just ramp up the speed to maximum and see what happens.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt.
Yeah.
Well, these are some of the screenshots showing off what's going on, and I don't think they depict gameplay at all very well. They're just screenshots of objects in the game, not even from the player's perspective.
Are they in engine? Can you tell? They look like it.
They assume, I assume they are. It kind of looks like they are in engine. Oh, that's not right. Nope. So, but I can't tell whether or not they're, well, they're not gameplay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Alright, so they're working on that. Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights is coming up with a new trailer here. It's basically Dungeons and Dragons if you're looking for another... Hey, I can play a video. I forgot I had videos. No. It's like it's an RPG. So if you're looking for another RPG coming up later this year, this is the E3 trailer that showed off this Neverwinter. Neverwinter was a massively selling game when it first came out. I don't think it sold right off the bat, but over time it really did sell well. A lot of people liked it.
I think I have one of them somewhere.
It's essentially an animated tabletop game. So it does well with both the RPG players and the traditional, dice RPG players.
Oh. I had never played it. I wanted to, but I feel like I missed the train.
My
Train's
problem with
coming back around.
games like this is I'll play them and I will do nothing else but play them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stryder will come out of his office with long fingernails and tissue boxes on his feet. What day is it? What month is it?
What day is it? What month is it? What year are
What
we
year?
in?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Time traveler.
Been playing, yeah, I was gonna say playing RPGs or time traveling.
Yeah, you get that level appetitus hits and sitting right on the verge of completing a quest, and you know that if you turn it in, you're going to level up, and then you don't, and it's like, son of a bitch! Now I got to I got to go kill something else.
Now I gotta go craft a knife.
Exactly. Stupid game.
Of course, it takes 30 minutes to craft a knife.
Yep.
And you can't
then
just
by that
sit
time,
there. You might as well go do
By that
another
time,
quest.
you found something else to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, you pass by a quest on your way to craft a knife, and I'll do this real quick, and next thing you know, the sun's coming up.
I can go gather mushrooms. I could always use another healing potion.
And your coworkers are asking you why your eyes are all bloodshot.
Drugs, man!
Shut up,
level 34, what are you? That's right, Sam.
Yeah. Okay. Here's an interesting little bit. Payday, the heist. I don't know if you guys played Payday. I was not interested in it. I didn't care for the one of the original Paydays, so.
I might own it. I've never played it.
Played it yesterday.
It's Left 4
There's
Dead,
something
isn't it?
weird. Well, no, there's something weird going on. They're making a DLC with Payday or with Left 4 Dead. I can't tell, but it's going to be a Left 4 Dead
Valve have
prequel.
kind of assimilated them, basically. That's what's happening.
So the word on the street is this: the DLC campaign is the No Mercy Hospital that you're holding that up, the No Mercy Hospital from Left 4 Dead, the original, and it's almost like a prequel. Like the Payday guys almost kind of helped the outbreak start by holding up this hospital.
Oh.
But
what really
is the
bugs me
DLC
about though is it's unbelievably forced. Like,
yeah.
it's like, really?
Yeah.
Now is this Left 4 Dead DLC or is it Payday DLC?
It's
Payday.
Payday, yeah.
Okay.
And here's the thing that I had about that game. It was fun, but the levels were so poorly made. It was unbelievable.
I like the concept.
I don't mean like they weren't very interesting to look at or because of that. It was the fact that there was like badly clipped corners and walls that just kind of stopped, and it was just like, seriously, you guys are selling this?
Well, you bought it, man.
Well, it was on sale for like £1.50 or something stupid. It's like in today's kind of thing, if you're selling a game, you really shouldn't be making poor.
Oh, there we go.
Poor levels.
I think
maybe that's possible. That's what turned me off of the game when I first got it. Now, but how did Payday and Valve become one? I mean, did Valve go around and buy Payday? It just does not seem like a game that Valve would be putting out.
I think Valve bought the studio. Didn't they?
I'm not sure if they bought the studio now. I just know they both use this. Well, obviously Valve is using Source Engine, but Payday uses the Source Engine, and I don't know. They probably just thought it was a good opportunity for both of them. Valve can probably get hats out of this or something.
You can buy your
masks,
Payday masks for your Team Fortress
character. Yeah.
I think it's interesting enough. I'd like to see more crossovers between games.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind that. Just, I don't want it to be just
have a
done
crossover
because
between Battlefield and Call of Duty and find out which one's better once and for all.
But whose crossover would it be?
What would they argue about then?
They'd argue about which engine was used.
Battlefield of Duty.
It's interesting though that Hollywood went to prequels with Star Wars and Star Trek, like the reboot of Star Trek and all that stuff, and now video games are doing the same thing.
It's just
there's no originality left. It's like, hey, it worked for them.
And then like the Avengers is a crossover, so
well, the Avengers
it's just like, oh, this is a brilliant way to prolong a franchise until we squeeze every last penny out of it.
You know what we haven't seen for a long time? We haven't seen another remake of The Incredible Hulk. we need it.
Well, he was in the Avengers though.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's probably in his own movie now. And a third one.
We need a live action Lego movie.
I'd pay.
Live action Lego.
People with boxes on their head.
They're rebooting Spider-Man now, so they can
I can't believe they're doing that.
3 Spider-Mans out of that, and then they have to find another hero to cross Spider-Man with, so they can get a whole new group of Avengers going. What is that, Justice League or something?
No, Justice League is DC.
DC,
yeah. We haven't seen a Superman movie in a long time.
Oh, wait,
they're making another one.
You will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with the Avengers, don't we need the Super Friends now? Da, da, da. All right.
That's the A-Team.
Yeah, that's the start of the A-Team. I got the Avengers somewhere. It's never mind. Going on with Dead Space. There is some Dead Space 3 footage floating around, 20 minutes of it actually, and which will apparently, if you're not interested in Dead Space, it's supposed to make you interested in it. Yeah, I have some video, but I don't know how much of it. Apparently, I have 21 minutes of it.
That's a lot.
So
that'll eat up some showtime.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Smoke them if you got them.
What's going on?
This preceding gaming segment brought to you by marijuana. Marijuana, it makes everything better.
Alright, I'll obviously skip ahead. You can watch the rest of it. See, I can't get past this over the camera look that makes the camera just feel like it's locked on too hard to that shoulder.
Yeah, you can rotate it.
A little strange. But you get used to it pretty quick.
That's why I don't like third person.
I think third person has its place, but it should be more of a bouncy follow camera, not a...
Not such a steady cam.
So you could get motion sick?
like Kane Lynch.
Haven't they? Oh god, yeah. That was... Even I felt sick on that one. Especially the second one.
I feel like I'm the only person that ever liked that game.
Oh, it was, I didn't dislike it. It's just that camera would just like, and it would blur things out, and then it would be like bouncing around, and you'd get the light, and it's just like, I felt like I was watching it on YouTube. It's just like, it just made me want to throw
Amateur
up.
video.
Yeah, it was like, it's an interesting idea, but no, just no.
So we need somewhere in between bouncy and
Well, the
glued
reason they
on.
do it in Dead Space is to kind of push the whole fear thing that you can't easily see behind yourself. You can rotate the camera, but it's quite slow. So you get that thing of what the hell's behind me, you know, and you have to stop and turn around.
Pushy little monster.
I like
see
part 1 and part
that
2.
does make sense. Yeah.
I mean, the reason I put it in there is because they announced co-op, and people weren't sure whether there was going to still be a single-player element.
But there is.
Because there is, yeah. Because what we weren't sure of was the fact that you can drop in and drop out co-op, and it's like, well, then is it going to be a idiot AI following you around when you're playing by yourself? Which it turns out there isn't. And
Okay.
the single player and co-op are the same story, but if you have a co-op player with you, you get different cutscenes. There's different conversations because there's two of you, so you can talk to each other.
Ah, okay.
It's like they're actually making it worth playing the co-op because it will be different.
But still, I gotta say, a lot of people seem bothered by the single-player version, that it's so much outdoors, that it's not, you know, spooky, haunted spaceship kind of thing anymore, because there's so much of it that you're outdoors on the planet. So they kind of use the weather as to obscure what's coming up ahead. But I don't know, I watched the video and I thought, you know, it's alright, that could be cool. Could be an interesting new direction.
Well,
Looks-
the
But a lot
way
of
I
people
looked
are
at it, at
pissed.
least they're not still stuck in the hallways.
Yeah.
It's not the same
True.
game again. Because the
right.
first two are great, amazing, but after a while, there's only so much you can kind of wander down dark hallways.
Right.
Somebody find a fucking light switch.
Yeah. You just don't.
Although
Alright.
one thing in the single player, it didn't look like one of the things I really liked about this game was that you had to shoot the limbs off, so that if you aimed for like the head or the torso like you're used to doing in a game, it was not as effective as if you aimed a little wide and shot like an arm or a leg off was really the only way to stop them. And it looked like in the single player that it was being a little kinder to shooting the torso like a regular shot, and I was like, oh, that was kind of a bit of a challenge that I liked about this game that made it a little different.
I think it is.
It was
'cause-
too hard for.
It looked like, and I haven't seen this video yet, but it looked like in the E3 video when they showed some co-op that they were at some point they were shooting looked like normal people. They were shooting back at them.
yeah,
So-
there was human
Yeah, they
enemies
said there's
as
going to be what do they call it, unification soldiers or something
well. Yeah, something like
from
that.
the Unity Church or whatever. That was
Oh, okay.
really, there was a lot of that church of whatever in the Dead Space 2.
Yeah.
And it looks like they kept that part of the story.
Oh, okay.
So you pick up ammo by shooting it?
No.
You don't actually have to touch it? That's what it looks like.
No, you
just
have to.
happened.
You have to stand and press E. Oh, on the PC you do. You actually have to. It's like the old school Resident Evil.
It looks like this guy's just shooting it and he's getting it.
Isn't he shooting the big bug?
Yeah,
Okay.
but he shot ammo like dropped. He shot the ammo drop and it like showed up in his ammo. That's what it
There's
looks like.
there's a little ability where you can like it's like telekinesis or something where you can pick up stuff and
Yeah.
bring it
Yeah,
to
that's
you.
Maybe
right.
that's what it was.
That's right.
Okay.
And that'll definitely look like he's shooting it.
And that's what I really liked about it as well. That it was kind of a throwback to the old Resident Evil games, where it was you had a very small inventory and you could only carry a certain amount of things, and you had to be quite choosy about what you took
Oh
with
yeah.
you.
I remember in the first Dead Space when I played on hardcore, I was trapped in this one room for so long because I had like 3 bullets to my name.
And it's like,
Like,
yeah,
damn
and there's no autosave. It's all
Yeah,
designated save
yeah.
points that you have to
It
go up
was-
and physically.
I was screwed. I had to get all the creatures to line up just so.
So you could jump on their heads.
Alright, jumping over to another one. We have another RPG, actually. Calypso Media is putting together Dark Eye Demonicon, and it's supposed to be an action RPG. That'll be available for the PC and consoles. There was a teaser trailer that goes along with it. That was over at E3. This is the previous game, Dead Space, is supposed to be out in February of next year, and this one's also due out next year. They actually have 35 developers working on this game here.
Oh.
No, Mina.
Wow.
Tic-tac-toe.
This one's using the Vision engine. This is single player only. But Vision engine is known for games that are on all kinds of devices. But I'm trying to come up with a game that we all know. Orcs Must Die. See, the Vision engine. I went and looked at the Vision engine, and it looks like this really gorgeous engine. And I'm surprised not more people are using it. So I wonder what kind of things are getting in the way of making more games. Maybe it's the licensing fee is just too big or something. I don't know.
Orcs Must Die looks great.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, this video tells you everything you need to know about the game. Now you're going to go out and buy it.
Pre-rendered.
Alright, how about a game that you all know and possibly love? Elder Scrolls is going to be hitting an online version.
That's just.
Oh wait, I remember this.
funny.
We talked about this.
Did we already? Maybe a while ago, but now there's some sort of video.
Yeah, like last month or something. We had a lot of questions, I remember. A lot of unanswered questions.
Not to be confused with the mod those guys are working on. Not the same thing.
It's so laughable. Like, why do you do this? We want it co-op, not an MMO.
Because they like the monies.
It makes sense, yeah, for the money. And for all the people that want to play at work. Except for Stryder, where they don't let him do anything.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised they turned Skype back on.
Is that why you've been so quiet lately?
Yeah.
It's one of it, yeah. I'm actually looking forward to Elder Scrolls Online. I know, I really do wish it was multiplayer, but I enjoyed Elder Scrolls. I'd like to play some more.
Well, yeah, but this is just going to be top-down Star Wars World of Warcraft.
It is?
Yeah, this is an MMO.
I didn't notice that.
No, that's why I said not to confuse with the mod that those guys were working on. Which is, the mod is making the regular Skyrim into a co-op game. Whereas this is a full-on top-down World of Warcraft, Guild Wars.
But you say top-down, how do we know it's top-down?
Well, it's not top-down, but you know what I mean? It's that kind of distance.
That kind of game, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a third-person game.
Yep.
Where you've got quest givers and all that stuff.
Elder Scrolls
Run over here, get this.
Was possibly third-person if you decided to choose that camera angle.
Yeah, that's true. There's like skills and things like that, though. Skill bar and all that.
Like nunchuck skills and bow staff skills.
Pizza delivery skills.
You know, skills. God.
I want to see more.
That's what's missing is a Napoleon Dynamite game.
No, that is not missing.
It's not missing.
It's not.
Did it make a
never be
cartoon of
missing.
that?
Yes.
Not sure. Is it off the air yet?
No.
Probably.
What, the cartoon? No, it's
Yeah.
still going.
I haven't
going
seen
in
a single
Canada.
episode, but
Yeah, I don't plan on it either. Alright, Lord of the Rings is going online as well. They are, along with Turbine, they're putting together this expansion for free-to-play massive multiplayer online. That's going to happen this year, this fall actually, in the UK. It says it's going to launch in the UK. I don't know if it's going to launch anywhere else. They don't actually state that.
That's because in the UK they've got hobbits.
But it's kind of bland. Ah, Warner Brothers, that explains it.
Oh,
They make games?
unfortunately. Well, no, they ruin games is what they do.
they do nothing and collect money. Has anybody tried the free to play yet?
No.
I asked a buddy on Steam. I'm like, "Is it worth the download?" And as he was playing it, he was like, "Nope."
Well, is what worth it? Which game?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed any recent movie commercials on TV for Resident Evil, but it's coming, and of course, with that is the game. I haven't been a
No,
big-
the game's different.
No. Skipping
No, the game is
No,
different. What? Am I
Yeah,
skipping
game-
something?
Yeah, you skip like 3 topics.
Okay. Well,
See, it
we're
doesn't
doing this
bother
one
me
then.
because I don't look at the topics, so I just roll with it.
Lord of the...
I mean,
I
so
skipped
far,
one topic. 3 topics.
Yeah, but you skip
All
like
right.
2 up above as well. Oh, 1.
1. Okay. We'll get there. Eventually. BioWare. So yeah, Resident Evil 6 has a trailer out there. I remember Welshy saying he used to enjoy it. I don't know if he still does.
Yeah, I don't know about this because it looks. I watched gameplay and they've turned it into a shooter instead of what pretty much like Dead Space is.
Right, which sounds better to me than the other one was, because the other one was just too damn slow.
No, but that's the whole point. You have to actually think about what you're doing.
I know.
Than just
This
running
from the-
mindlessly around.
This
This
from
seems
the
like-
guy that loves Arma.
Yeah, you have to think what you're doing. You have to stop and take a second and think, alright.
Arma is too fast-paced.
Oh, yeah. For you, maybe.
This game would make more sense if you had a musket loader, because that's how many shots, how fast you could shoot and move and...
Like, based on this trailer, this looks like a great film. I'm just not sure about the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean, it's kind of gone that way. Like, Resident Evil 5 was fine. But there was a lot of kind of just cutscene, and it was like 4 or 5 minute cutscenes, and you would just kind of sit there and watch it.
Too bad Activision's not involved. They could sell those cutscenes as movies.
Yeah. they
Capcom's
did make
obviously
a
just not
movie.
thinking big
They made
enough.
an animated movie out of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Degeneration. That was okay. I'm afraid they've turned this into Gears of War.
Yeah, like
With
they've put.
puppets.
I think there's a cover. Is there a cover system in this one now, or is that something else?
Maybe. I'm not certain.
I don't know.
I'm gonna buy it anyway. I know I am, but I won't like it.
It's whether you're gonna be happy about it or not.
Don't you
isn't it?
hate that feeling? It was like, I know
I've
I
already-
will be compelled to purchase this, and I
I've
will
already got
regret
my
it.
angry letter written. I'm
Yeah.
just waiting. I'm not going to send it until after I'm pissed off. But I know I'm going to be, so I've written the letter.
It's like Mad Libs. Just leave blank lines.
Right.
You're a shitty piece of shit game named blank.
Do we still have the angry letter generator? I think we do somewhere.
It's somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
snowmobiles, jumping out of planes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's all kind of just like you ruined it.
Yeah, this is. I mean, you take a look at this, and then you go back to something like, I don't know, Resident Evil 1, 2, or 3, Code Veronica, any of those, and it's just like, is this really the same game?
No. That's the thing, like the original games where the zombies where you had to remove the head, otherwise they didn't die, no matter how many times you shot them. And you couldn't, there was no free aim in the first game, so you had to kind of aim, but it would like lock on to different parts.
But how many iterations of Resident Evil are like? How many? What's number is this?
This
Like,
is 6.
Six.
But I think there's been unnumbered
Right.
episodes
So-
before that.
I give them a little bit of slack because it's a fine line between making a game that's just boring, more of the same,
True.
versus making a game that's more fun, more of the same. Like, you have to introduce some new aspects to it, otherwise we'd be sitting here complaining that, oh, it's the same game
It's
all
too
over
boring,
again.
yeah.
That's true. I wish they went more in the direction of how Dead Space does it. It's like it's actiony, but it's kind of creepy still. This just seems like they just ejected the creepy.
It does seem like, though, that when they do make these new iterations, they seem to, like, at a fork in the road, they take the wrong fork. It's like, what? Who's their test?
Yeah.
Who are they testing this on? That
Console
people are
players.
like, yeah, let's do more like this, because then they come out and everybody's like, what the hell? They got rid of the best part.
It's because they're testing for 14-year-old console players. They're like, there's not enough explosions, and I couldn't blow everyone up.
More
Call of
explosions.
Duty test audience. Why is there not any snowmobiles?
Yeah.
Where's
Why
my
have I not got a
tactical nuke?
yet?
I've been playing for 3 seconds and I haven't got an award for something.
Yeah, yeah. I've just turned it on. Why am I not like Prestige 20?
Does anybody know where I can get some good hacks?
All right.
Yeah, no, I hope it's going to be good, but I'm not kind of holding my breath.
We are a facetious bunch of people.
Yeah.
We are a hard crowd to please, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another game here that's actually, you can check it out over on Steam. This is Spec Ops: The Line, which is going to be a military shooter. Put
I
together.
actually tried this.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. Then I'll
And it
stop
was
there.
horrible.
And you can tell us how much it sucked. All right. It
Oh,
sucked, huh?
no, I'll give it its thing. It looks great. It plays fairly smooth. The thing that bugged me the most is some of the animations in it are absolutely ridiculous. Like, you know how people do in high jump, you know, they run up to the thing and then they do that kind of back lean. That's how
Yeah.
he was jumping over walls when I was doing it. Like with some sort of like high kick, like yeah, it was just weird.
Okay.
I
Well, it's gonna. Yep.
Well, I played the demo too yesterday all the way through, and after playing it, I'd say I'd buy this game at half its current price.
It's
Yeah, I'd buy it
50
for
bucks
sale.
now. $50, yeah.
Wow.
And
$25, I'd buy it.
the real game is going to be available on June 26th, so it's not quite available, but you can play the demo like these guys have. Okay.
And what I found as well is the two of the main characters in that have pretty much the same voice, which was quite confusing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're
Just
related.
Not well. Maybe I'm fairly sure they just ran out of money and just went to one of the other voices. Could you just kind of like do this guy as well?
So I remember you brought up you said something interesting there, Ham. I remember at one time we were going to start rating games and we were going to rate it on their value, not on
Yeah.
On how much money we were willing to pay?
yeah. What is this game worth? This is a $25 game. You're charging $50 for it. Look for it on sale. It's not worth buying. You know,
Mhm.
we should go back to that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these we haven't actually gotten to play, you know, because these
Yeah.
are just trailers from E3. But
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
It's not worth $50. No, not even close.
And
Okay.
I think that's fair, yeah. based on how much money is the price fair?
Yeah, because there are some games that they're fun. They're just really short. They don't have that many levels or something, so they're still fun for an afternoon. But do I want to spend $50 for one afternoon? No.
Exactly.
No.
There's people out there that have spent $50 for
All
8
right.
seconds.
Yeah,
I'm not that.
Yeah, but they know
where
what
it's
they're
going.
paying for.
at least that's kind of vaguely worth the money.
It's a guaranteed return on investment there.
But is there
Okay,
any
so we-
replayability?
The Old Republic. BioWare is considering a free-to-play version of the Old Republic. Now, is the Old Republic, that's the one that's out there that you guys have been playing or did play a lot of,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And now they want a free-to-play version, which is basically online, download it, play all you want, except for pay for a few extra things, I guess.
Well, essentially, they're just going to change their model because their subscriptions are dropping off the map.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And their competition...
They took too long to put out content, is what it is.
Yeah, but also their competition is not charging. Right, so it's hard to, the quality of games that are free to play are increasing dramatically.
Yeah.
So how are you justifying the monthly fee? So
Their presentation at E3 was disastrously short. Oh, it was probably about 4 or 5 minutes, and it was just literally stuff that they'd already shown. The guy didn't talk over it at all. Or if he did, it was very, just kind of, yes, and here you see, there was no kind of... It was really bad. It was like they were there, and they just went, oh, we've got to spare 5 minutes. Do you mind just kind of filling in? And the guy went, what?
and that's, they had tossed out the idea on Twitter that they were going to make it free to play up to level 15, and everybody's like,
currently,
what? Yeah, they've gone that route now. So what is the purpose though? Because you reach level 15 in an afternoon.
All right.
And then what am I paying for? Like that? I find it ironic that his comments here are almost word for word what I wrote in my feedback of why I was canceling my subscription. You haven't released any content. You've not catered at all to the PvE players. You're catering entirely to the PvP players, and the PvE players. Yeah, but the PvE players, what are we paying a monthly fee for? Everything that we've gotten has been basically on the disc. I say that, but it was, it was downloaded.
It wasn't on any disc, yeah.
But essentially, that's what you developed. You've given us nothing additional, so what are we paying a monthly fee for?
I think I read something in some comments about a Old Republic article, and a guy said that basically they kind of did it to themselves in the sense that they created this fully voiced everything, and now to create new content, it takes much more work than any other MMO. And that's something to consider because they've got to do lines for every piece of new content they start to add for PvE.
Hey, it's our own foot they're shooting.
Yeah.
That being said, though, they should have planned for that. So start making it months earlier than you planned to, because you need to do that. So it's like, well then, it was like 2 or 3 months before they put anything out, and it was kind of just like, oh,
here's a flashpoint.
Well, that, and I can make my character's family. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was almost half a year after release.
And it was just like, and it was just pathetic. It was just like, well, this is pointless.
I mean, this is single player quality content, isn't it? At least from what I played. Like starting off, I was amazed at the quality of sort of starting off and just the adventures they had you kind of just involved in. It was amazing. You've never seen anything like that in an MMO, but adding that quality of content continuously, it seems like you can't do it at the rate the players demand it.
Well, you can't do anything with the things demanded.
It's true.
Yeah, they were what? 3 days in or 2 days in, there were already people that were level capped.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not an exaggeration, because I saw it.
Wow.
Mm. They got all the way to level 50 in about 3 days.
What are you doing?
Not
life?
sleeping or anything of any kind of value.
Alright. Got another game here for you. This one is... Well, yeah, it's going to be a survival horror game with modern vampires. I don't know what modern vampires have to do with it versus
Sparkly.
old school vampires.
Sparkly vampires, nice.
I'd pay for a game that I just got to repeatedly shoot Robert Pattinson in the face over and over again. That'd be good.
That's called Justin Bieber. That means two things. Don't think about it too much.
Well, something's going to happen in this game with the PC version. If you get one of those Reality Pumps 3D eye tracking hardware pieces and hook it up to your PC, it's going to do something with shifting the game's viewpoint by tracking movement of your head. Which doesn't make sense to me, because if I move my head, I can't see the screen. So why would the screen change if I can't see it? But, whatever.
Well, I know Armor has like track IR, so when you move, if you have multiple screens, when you move, it moves the view with your head. But yeah, I don't know, because it always seems kind of like you move your head, and I can't see the screen anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, that's going to be hitting up on the PC, Xbox Live, and PlayStation.
What's it called?
It's called Sacrilegium. Sacrilegium?
Sacrilegium.
I don't know. There's a bunch of...
Sacrilegious.
There's a bunch of screenshots available, but there's no videos. And this screenshot right here just makes me scared because it's it looks like Nancy Drew quality. Yeah. Alright. I got another one here for you. South Park, The Stick of Truth is a game coming to you.
The Stick of Truth.
That was the highlight of E3 for me.
March of next year this is going to come out, and there's a trailer for it and everything. So if you like South Park, you're probably going to very much enjoy this game here. And I can turn up some volume, I think.
Looks so good.
The peace we once knew shattered like glass. First came the goblins, then underpants gnomes, vampire kids, hippies, crab people. We need a savior who can undo that which has been did. I'll do it. Jews can't be saviors, remember? What new kid? Last week, a new kid moved into the house on Fuller Street. The new kid has a power we have yet to understand. Then how can we trust him? Come on, new kid!
Kind of looks like a playable episode.
Yeah.
Fight for the stick!
Yes, you are the new kid. March 5th, 2013. Pre-order now.
It looks a lot like I'd rather watch it than actually play it.
Well, it looks like an episode as opposed to...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as fun to play as it is to watch.
I was just going to exaggerate and say I'd pre-order that, but now given the opportunity, I won't. I was all
Given the opportunity, no, I'm not going to.
I gotta wonder what the price is going to be on this game before I can actually say whether or not it's worth it. Yeah.
They are gamers at South Park, so it's gimmicky because it's, South Park, it's a cartoon game, but and they have pretty high standards. I expect a lot from them, so I'm gonna wait and see more. I think it could be cool. They don't really do anything half-assed over there.
Morphus does have a good, interesting point, though. It's a $50 episode. Yeah.
Okay, it can be pretty.
Like
I wonder how
choose your
much
own
it is.
South Park adventure.
I don't know, because South Park Studios is one of the few places that hosts their show free, much
Not
to
in
the chagrin
Canada.
of Comedy Central. Well, that's because of Bizarro World international copyright laws. It's not their fault.
So yeah, I guess this is just leading up to their own personal RPG. Like, did they ever come out with an MMO? I know there was talks of an MMO, but I just don't know if it was theirs and if they ever came out with it. Actually,
they probably could pretty easily. They've got the avatar creator already, and all the episodes are digitally animated anyway, so they have the whole town built already.
That's true.
Yeah, there was talks of an MMO coming, and that was last year, but they could have just been thinking about this, not realizing what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys remember 38 Studios up there in Rhode Island? The one where some guy came in and said, all right,
sponsored.
Taxpayers, give us money and we'll make you money. And guess what? The only way you can lose is if we go out of business. Well, they went out of business. So what is that? Millions of dollars. Goodbye. $500 million?
It's something like that.
Is what they owe?
That's $500 million.
It owes $115 million to the state of Rhode Island. And it only has $21 million in assets. This was all because what they were going to do was they were going to make a video game and sell it and use the profits to pay back the state. The problem is that they did make the game. Nobody wanted it. Nobody bought it. It sucked, I guess. Or they only advertised it to Rhode Islanders. And there's not that many of them. It's a small state.
There's two things I don't understand. One, why, if the game's not selling, why not just reduce the price? I think you can still buy the game for about $60. And the second thing is, now that they've collapsed, if I buy the game, who's making the money?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. I played the demo and I'd buy it for $15-20.
I didn't even play the demo. Really? You would actually pay for it?
Based on the demo, which actually I'd play for like 30 minutes and uninstall it. I didn't even complete it. It looked like 15 at most $20 game. I understand the size of the world and how much work went into it, but the end result was like, this is okay. It's passable.
We're so easily distracted.
Yeah. No, about that. It's like, how the hell do you manage to borrow like $500 million?
Somehow they talked the state into doing it. It's
like,
amazing, but they did it.
They need to get that guy. I don't know,
in car sales.
Negotiating, well, in car sales or negotiating like peace treaties or something. Jesus.
And this is their first and last game, right? I've never heard of 38 Studios before this.
Well, it's because they're going to jail.
Yeah.
Federal prison, not just a local. Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
So it's like, we don't have a track record, but we need money.
Yeah.
And Rhode Island's like, okay, here you go. How does that work?
It's like, what? Just gave them $500 million.
I'm sure they'll come to New Jersey next, and we'll say, well, you totally screwed up in Rhode Island, but we're sure that's not going to happen again, so here you go. Here's
and
money.
If you do screw up, we'll just put more tolls on the roads.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just increase
What
the
does
tolls
Jersey need? More tolls.
by another $5.
Yeah, we know you just passed a toll booth, but you got to pay again to get out of the toll booth.
This is the toll zone. There's an
I put a picture up there that was causing a conversation.
I saw that tweet. That was funny.
We have to share it with the viewers now.
I did.
It is.
It's in there.
Okay.
It's like a water cooling sort of just reservoir, but it just looks. It's not what I thought it was to begin with.
Ah, yes, no, of course not. What kind of
Because about an hour after that, they had to put up Maximum PC had to put another tweet up saying something like, "You people are dirty," or something like that, and then it was like,
"This is neither a bong nor a penis pump."
Yeah.
It's just weird.
All right, I got another one for you. If those of you who like little game facts and didn't already know this one, did you ever hear the creepy Half-Life 2 zombie message? The zombie, there's the head crab zombie in Half-Life 2 that walks around and mumbles and says stuff, and you really don't know what he's saying. But you can also play it backwards. And he is
some message to the devil?
And you wonder if it's something that was done by accident or done on purpose. Because I could definitely see this like a... That's normal. Alright, so let's play it backwards. God help me. There you go.
Either way, it's really creepy.
It's nice and creepy.
Yeah.
Well, is it at all possible that they recorded it the backwards way first and then thought, you know what, it sounds better if we just reverse it because it's more scrambled?
Yeah, exactly. It could be. It could be a programming error. It could be anything, and they just liked it in the end.
Yeah.
I remember, that just brings back horrible memories playing through that Ravenholm part of Half-Life 2. Freaked me out.
The days when you could actually be scared by a game.
Oh, well. What I think is funny about this is that's clearly people trying to find Half-Life 3 references. So they're looking through all the audio.
As if they find a reference, it will make it come true.
Yeah. So it's like, we'll keep looking. If we keep looking, it will be there.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a couple minutes. Well, actually, I guess we don't. Is there anything else out there that we could shout out about? They are making a new Spider-Man game, I guess, so that it goes along with the new Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
One of the older Spider-Man games did very well, so perhaps this one will too. Oh, there's a new Amnesia game coming out. Is that right? By the same people that did the other one?
Fall. I was too scared.
I have to play the first one first.
Yeah.
I haven't beat it.
I know I got it on Steam sale, but I've never played it.
I think I played the first half an hour and just couldn't continue.
It's pretty creepy.
For that afternoon, yeah.
Logitech has a new mouse coming out. It has 89 buttons on it.
Oh,
no,
good
actually,
God.
It has 20. It has 20.
Still, oh, good God.
It's got the full key, the full number keypad for your thumb.
Just to, yeah.
How many usability tests did that actually pass? What?
Yeah, on the mouse. Well, I was just thinking that.
What I don't quite get is it's going to be designed for whose thumb? My thumbs are large, flat things that if I pressed a keypad on the side, I'm going to press all the buttons. It'd be like just mash the keypad now. It's not going to work.
Curse my gorilla hands!
Yes! Fuck.
Oh, yeah. I don't see anything else out there. You guys got anything else?
Dead Island's doing something new.
Yeah,
yes.
What's
I
up
say
with that?
new.
Dead Island is now a franchise.
Yeah, apparently.
What?
Well, the good
Riptide,
news is
isn't it?
there's a lot of room for improvement there. So if they actually manage to improve on it, they could have a successful franchise.
Riptide. Yeah, it is called
But
Riptide.
that was the conversation we were having, is what makes it a franchise? Because you said it is?
Because they're gonna.
Well,
right?
is
Pour
it
it out
that, or
every
are they
year?
saying that it's going to be, like, that's basically the precursor to, we're going to start pumping out a ton of games of this?
Yeah. We're taking this one and running with it.
Mm.
There was what was it? There was something that came out, I think, last year, and it was just the first of the game. But they said this is a franchise now. I'm just like,
Oh,
what does that mean?
Homefront, that was.
Yes, Homefront. It's a franchise, and it's one game.
I remember them saying that, yeah. And if you actually play it, it is very much like, we built this for you to play the other ones, not this one. We didn't want you to play this one.
It's. I feel like rather than starting off with this idea that, look, we need a new property that's gonna become the next Call of Duty. Why don't you just make something that's complete and expand it from there? But
If it's complete, they've
Because-
got nothing left in the tank.
Well, it's that, and I was going to say that you can't justify that easily to publishers either these days. It's like, well, why would we want to help you build that? We can't sell 17 different versions of it.
and that's sadly true.
Yeah, that's why Kickstarter is doing so well.
They can come up with stories that the first installment can stand by itself as a good story, like Star Wars, or you could go on and do The Empire Strikes Back, or not, depending on how successful the first one is.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean-
there have been a few games that the first story was fine and a good complete story, but they managed to come up with a second part to the story because the first part was so successful and it worked.
Yeah.
Well,
Create.
Dead Space did it.
Yeah. Create a universe and tell stories in those in the I can't talk in the universe. And there
Create
you
an
go.
interesting universe.
Yes.
Don't create the same universe we're living
Yeah.
in, because
Yeah.
we're already
Or the
tired of that
same
one.
universe that's already been created by Hollywood a million times.
Yes.
We're trying to
There's
escape
only
our
so
current
many times a Russian guy can steal a nuke and threaten to blow up the world before I get bored.
Wait, it's got snowmobiles? I'm excited again. Horseback? Nobody said anything about horses.
That's a game changer, that is. It's a whole new game. No, it's still the same game.
They just kicked it up a notch.
I think
That
like
is
Fallout did
the
it.
advertising right there, isn't it? We're kicking it up a notch this year.
Horses on snowmobiles.
Oh, have you heard that the Tony Hawk guys are making Call of Duty now? Neversoft. They're working on Call of
Where's
Duty.
that? Is that because of Treyarch, though?
What happened with Treyarch?
Well, wasn't Treyarch doing Tony Hawk games a while ago?
I don't know. I thought Neversoft was.
Or
was always
is it
doing them.
because it's all owned by Activision now?
It's all by Activision. So that brings it to 4 total studios working on Call of Duty titles.
Okay,
go.
so there's a 1 in 4 chance, people. Listen here. There's a 1 in 4 chance that one of you will have an original idea and not just regurgitate
the
the
odds
same
are
shit.
not that high. Let's be honest.
I'd play Call of Duty if the players were on skateboards.
Oh, don't give them fucking ideas.
It's ridiculous. Why do you need 4 different studios working on the same franchise?
Same franchise, the same
Same game, yeah.
Same game. Well,
So that one
no,
of
it's
those
not-
4 will save it.
yeah, it's not the same game. It's got different skins. Hey, you see that? You see that badge? That was a different color before.
It's frightening that Activision can't recognize that there's a problem.
I think they
They just-
probably recognize it, they just don't know what the hell to do about it. Because to fix that problem, they're going to have to risk revenue.
Mm.
Okay. All right, we've gone past our hour, so I'm going to wrap it up here for you. If you want to check out some more of the stuff that we talked about for E3, check out our last week's episode, which is out there on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is what? MODSonline? Yeah, I think so. I want to thank our host for taking the time out to chat today. Thank you very much to Ham for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, Welshy, thank you very much for joining us and posting the show notes.
No problem.
And GameKat, thank you very much for joining us.
Anytime.
And Stryder, thank you for joining us.
It's always an adventure.
It's something, isn't it? Okay, so I want to finally thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com, and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com for making this show possible. And until next week, everyone, get some rest, don't get sick, and have fun. Bye.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@MODSonair.com. And please consider subscribing to MODSonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
Yeah, not on my shelves, baby.